Welcome to another great video game ideas not used video, GVGIE for short. As always, I'm Andre, and it is a pleasure to share my thoughts with you. Now, this is something I was thinking about a little while ago. I didn't really think to say anything about it at first, but it just got me thinking. What's wrong with the PS Vita that it doesn't sell nearly as well as the 3DS? Outside of the proprietary memory cards and things like that, which are expensive as hell for memory cards, they would have been better off just going the SD route, but that's not what Sony wants to do, so we'll drop that for now. But I was thinking about something. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but maybe the problem with the Vita isn't the device itself, but the fact that most of the experiences that come to it outside of the indie realm are console games ported down to it. Just think of it this way. A lot of the Vita's games were on PS3, then brought to it. Whereas comparatively to the 3DS usually gets a game, then it ends up ported to home consoles. Think about that. And that has reigned true so far, where the 3DS will get a really good game, and then it ends up on consoles. Some prime examples: Resident Evil Revelations, Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate, Monster Hunter Ultimate 3. I'm pretty sure the same thing's going to happen with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I said Ultimate 3, it should have been 3 Ultimate. Whatever. Just that selection of games was on the 3DS first, then went to home consoles. Not the other way around. Whereas Vita's doing it backwards. They're getting the home console experience games and bringing them down to it outside of a few select titles and, like I said, the indie section. Then the indie section, most of the stuff that's on the Vita's indie section is already out on 3DS. At least from what I've seen. I mean, I have to double check and go over it and make sure I'm right on that. But a lot of stuff was already on 3DS before it made it to Vita, like Mutant Mudds, for example. Which that also went to the Wii U and got a deluxe version, which is the one I'm going to get. So that's the one I'm going to go ahead and get. I'll support that team, but I'm getting that game, the deluxe version. I mean, because the Vita itself, it's not a bad device. To me, I think Sony's not using it right, and that's a shame. It's a damn shame, because that's a really nice piece of equipment. And I've been thinking about getting one myself. And I probably won't get it immediately, but I've been thinking about it. Because, I mean, there are some games on it I would like to play. I don't know. I mean, I was just thinking about that, and it seemed to be apparent. I mean, because, like, you gotta think about Borderlands 2 went to the Vita. Freaking Rayman Legends went to the Vita. It's not on any other handheld type device. It's on the Vita. I mean, maybe I don't remember Ubisoft putting it on, like, Android or iOS or anything like that. Maybe they did. I'll look it up, but I don't think it is. I don't know. But Sony really has to figure out what they're going to do with this thing instead of making it a secondary controller screen for the PS4. Because to me, that's a waste. I'm not paying $200 for a controller. I'm not going to do it. It's just not happening. I mean, just for it to just really be a controller, I'm not paying that much for it. Now, have it as a controller for the home console, as well as implementing extra features with it, and it having its own very good library of games, I'd be hooked. Also, I don't know if the Vita is backwards compatible. I thought it was, but I'm not certain. If it isn't, that's another drawback, because there are PSP games that I want to play, but I don't want to have to buy a PSP and a Vita. If I could get one, I'd be happy. I mean, the 3DS has been gold for me, because there were DS games that I had I couldn't play anymore, because DS I had, a niece of mine, one of two of my nieces broke my my DS, and didn't tell me. Then I come to find out my screens aren't working, so I was thinking about replacing them, but I didn't, and I ended up with getting the 3DS, and I can play those games again. I'm happy about that. But yeah, I think I'm done with that. And you can't see me anymore. There are no lights on this road. Sorry, people. But at least you can hear me. Anyhow, that was just my thought on it. If anybody else wants to point out maybe a pattern that they saw with it, or wants to make a comment, go ahead. I'm interested in hearing what you got to say. Thank you for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until the next time, enjoy your games.